talking about paternity fraud and how it has become so popular in Nigeria to the extent that there was a killing. There was a couple who the husband actually killed the wife to be over paternity issues. So we must discuss this. This is the time when we discuss these things. What exactly is happening? Why are there so many cases of paternity fraud? Our women need to be talked to. You see, and there's a problem I have with our men. This you don't trust a woman because you started dating her when you trust her. No, you're not supposed to give a woman trust. Neither is a woman supposed to trust a man 100%, because you hear all these nonsense coming up with, doesn't he trust me? No, he doesn't trust you. Who are you that he should trust you? I've seen this thing generated from this new internet age where I meet somebody the first time on internet and I just believe that I should trust them. I see that as totally wrong. I see that as absolute foolishness. Trust is earned. You can't start dating someone and then feel a glass of trust for them. And then if they make a mistake, you take away a little trust. No. Their trust should be, when you get into a relationship, like 10 or 20%. And that trust is built over the period of the relationship and the marriage. So when you've been together for 25 years, you can now say, okay, I trust this person 80%. You have no right trusting anyone you've not been married to or dating for less than 10 years. You have no right, or less than 5 years. Let me be a bit more, let me give a little bit more leeway. If you're with someone for less than 5 years, dating or marriage, or you trusting them is at your own risk. The numbers don't support trusting. Statistics are not supporting trusting, because if, according to that report I read, I don't know how verifiable that report is, that 30% of Nigerian marriages are going through paternity fraud cases. I remember the first time I had this conversation with Naomi Crystal One. You know Naomi?
Yes,
That used to work with me. Nene Risky. That used to work with me on Cool FM. We argued back and forth on it, and then over the last few months, even she has come to the point where she's seen that this paternity fraud plenty for this Nigeria sha. And guess what? This particular case that we're dealing with, where the husband killed the wife, that's on Linda Ikeji's blog, paternity fraud was one of the things that was the issue. Of course, no one has the right to beat or kill someone else because they cheated on you, or because your first child is not yours. That's it. Fine. You don't have the right to do that. But at the end of the day, you must understand. Let me tell you something. If I found out after 10 years or 7 years or 6 years or 3 years that the child I'm raising is not mine, I'll be mad as hell. I'll be mad, sister. I'll be very, very mad. I want to get the story now so I can read it to you. Um, I saw this morning. I even saw the pictures. The pictures, by the way, are gruesome. So if you're not ready to check them out, you've got to be very careful. You can find them on Linda Ikeji's blog. Of course, I'm not going to display such on any of my social media handles or on Nigeria Info's page, because they're really, really not very pleasant to look at. And we must discuss this. This is an issue that needs, for us, this is an issue that needs to be discussed. This is not the time when we become sentimental on things. One of the things that's also killing us in this part of the world is emotions and sentiment. And this is applied to every and anything. So let's be very careful with this. Let's take a couple of phone calls while I'm digging out the story.
okay, very well then. Joining on the conversation 959755805. I'll get straight into the phone calls. Hello, good evening. Apologies for that. Let's see who we have next via the phone line. Hello, good evening. Hello to you. Welcome. Good evening to you. What's your name and where you calling us from? I can't really place my mind to it, but quickly tell us. Okay.
Hey, how are you doing, sir? I'm right here. Clearly.
He can hear you. Go ahead. Something is playing, right? Let me call you. No, call. All right, we can hear you. Thank you for calling. So I'm gonna take one message on WhatsApp if that's fine with you then.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Um, Hello, Daddy Freeze. I need your off-air opinion on a health issue that involves a one-year-old child. Please, it is very important. This is coming from Johnson, and Johnson sent this from Iyano Pacha. Um, Let me see who we have next here. Good evening, Nita and Daddy Freeze. The rate at which this thing is rampant at this time is alarming. It is very, very bad. Good evening, Daddy Freeze and Nita. It is not just issues on the long run. Kenneth from NNPC HO. Do you want us to get back to the phone line, Daddy Freeze?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, very well then. Hello, good evening. Okay, I think our phone lines are acting up this evening, but we'll keep trying. Hello, good evening. Hello, could you turn off your radio set, please? Hello, turn off your radio set. Okay, we lost that caller. Hello, good evening. Good evening, good to have you here. Welcome, Johnson.
Yes, yes. And we're about to go on a break, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so we're going to go on a quick break and then come right back. I have the story with me. Once we come back from this break, we're going to hit the story hard, so don't go anywhere. 99.3 Nigeria Info, it's live and dangerous with Daddy Freeze. And our radio wife is away, Ada Blessing. So
Yes.
I have a radio side chick for
Oh
the
my
next
God,
one
that's
week.
okay.
So this is just a fling. So you guys don't be too angry with me, and let's hope there won't be any paternity fraud issues.
Let's hope. Let's do. Let us
All right,
hope.
we're back in a moment. Don't touch it. All right, all right, all right. Nita's here.
Yes, we're back.
Okay. We have something clashing. So let me sort it out and let them sort it out, and then we'll get back to you. But in all honesty, this paternity fraud issue is something we need to talk about, especially from the area of trust. Laddie says, my man, Daddy Freeze, we're very grateful for all the free knowledge and educative knowledge. Oh, you're welcome, my darling sister. Thank you so much. Uh, So let me just say hello to a few people. Solomon Creative, how are you doing? Ladi, Baba, Kintunde. Um, okay, so we find out all about that. Hi, Elad. So I'm waiting for Nita to sort this out. Who here watches Greenleaf? Who watches Greenleaf? While we're waiting, let me see if anybody's here up for a chat. Laddie. Okay, let me bring Laddie up. Okay, Laddie's unable to join. Who's up for a chat real quick while we wait? Apparently, let me see Greenleaf if it's out today. Greenleaf season 5. Season 5. Today is June 23rd. It's already edit. Okay, let me check my Netflix. I'll see if Greenleaf is. Season 4, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4. Okay, this is Season 4. Episode Season 4. Okay, it's not yet on Netflix. Uh, it's not out yet, but it was supposed to premiere today. Today's 23rd of June. Okay, while we're waiting for this, let's see who's here. While I'm waiting for Nita. Season 5 is on Netflix in the US. Are you serious? Let me use my, what's that thing called? Um, VPN blocker. Okay. Okay, we're going back very soon. I want to check if they're back. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to see. I'm waiting for Nita to come on. Okay. Okay. We're back. Waiting for Nigeria info to come through. We're talking about paternity issues today. Body Glams, how are you doing?
Trees.
Sapele girl, how are you doing?
Are they fine? Oh, good
Where
evening.
are you?
I do. How are you?
I'm good. So tell us about paternity fraud issues. Don't tell me you defrauded somebody with paternity things.
You said
We're talking about paternity fraud. What's your take?
paternity fraud?
Yes. When a woman carries a child that is not a man's child and gives it to the man.
Oh my God.
Have you
Oh
ever
my God.
engaged in such before?
Pardon?
Have you ever engaged in such before?
No. No.
So that's what we're talking about.
Okay. Oh, paternity fraud. That one is a big issue.
Eh? Are you
That
really
one is a
serious?
serious matter. Serious matter.
Ah, okay.
Ah, I don't think women should engage in that. Paternity fraud. That's a picky man, if you get to know.
Hey, no be today, the key man. Oh. Eh? I want to see if these people are ready for me. Hey, people. Someone said I look better when I smile. Someone said, what's my comment on Hush Puppy? There's no comment as of now. You're innocent until proven guilty. Let's watch the case. We haven't even heard the charges. So let's watch. All right, we're back.
Nigeria info. Daddy Freeze, are you ready for us?
Of course, I'm ready. I'm right here.
Very well, then good to have you back. Sorry about that little delay. I had to make sure your show comes out crisp and clear.
I trust you. I trust you. I trust you.
Great. Good to have you back.
All right. So thank you very much. And we're back. And just before the break, we said we're going to be talking about paternity fraud. And Apparently, there was a couple, Chris Ndukwe and Olamide Ali. Now, a couple who were planning to get married.
Daddy Freeze, are you there?
Yes, I'm right here. I just sent you a WhatsApp message. Did you get that?
Yes, I just saw it. Yeah,
Are you still getting that feedback?
I still am. I still am. I'm gonna get in touch with our tech guys to sort that out. In the meantime, Daddy Freeze, stay right there, okay?
Okay, okay. Do you need me to continue? Or the feedback is
No,
still
just a
plenty?
minute.
All right,
The
all right.
feedback is still plenty. I'm gonna sort this in a minute.
All right, dear. All right, dear. I'm right here on standby. I don't know what feedback Nita is hearing. What feedback are you hearing? Ada sent me a message, said, sorry about what's happening in the studio. Ada has jinxed us, so Ada has done juju.
Okay, guys. I don't know. Daddy Freeze said nobody's talking in the background. Please look at that. Okay, hold on. Just a minute. Let's check what we're talking about. Okay, just still that. Tell me if you can hear. If you can hear anything. Hello? Can you hear? Can you hear anything? Can you hear something playing on the radio? No, I mean on the radio. On your. Can you hear anything on the radio? What's that? I'm not to your call. I cannot hear anything, but there's feedback. Hello? Is there no feedback on the radio? Mommy, wait. Okay. Is there feedback on? Reduce it now.
Nita, can you hear me? Is there any feedback now?
Daddy Freeze, we're back, so you can go on.
Okay, no more
Daddy Freeze,
feedback.
are you there?
I'm right here.
Feedback. Great.
All right, went to grab a drink just in case there's feedback, so I have power to talk over the feedback. All right, so like I was saying earlier on, the story came out. A couple called, where are they? Olamide Ali, that's the lady, and Chris Ndukwe were involved in the murder-suicide incident that happened at Victory Park Estate in Lagos over the weekend. Now, the couple who are planning to tie the knot in August this year have been in a troubled relationship over 7 years. They have two boys, a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old. Trouble, however, started recently when Chris began to doubt the paternity of their second child. On Tuesday, the 21st of June, he locked Olamide in his room, where he duct taped her, cut her braids, and stabbed her until she passed on, and then committed suicide by drinking a pesticide. Of course, we know the likely culprit, the pesticide. The State Police Command, in a statement released, said investigations have commenced on the incident. So, we're looking at this carefully from many angles. First of all, it is the paternity fraud angle. Nigeria has a lot of cases of paternity fraud. And I think we need to be extra cautious with these particular issues. Before we go any further, let's take a few phone calls and let's see what is going on.
Very well then. So the number to call in of is 0700 993 993 993 0700 993 993 993. Also, send a message via the phone line, via our WhatsApp line 080 9597 5805. 080 We have our very first caller here this evening. Good evening. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Welcome.
She's getting tired.
You're finally here.
What is the number? When people is always with the piece of when you're calling the number, please you call. The one that can wait will wait.
Noted.
Name is Moses from Lekki.
Welcome, Moses.
Actually, the truth is that this incident that happened is really, really painful. I dislike men that allow their temper to take the best of them. How can you kill yourself because your wife has... No, it's painful. But I would not kill somebody or kill myself because such things have happened. And this thing that is happening in this country, why is it happening? That the phrase, don't forget to. You said it's good to have sex before marriage. This is the main thing that is causing this thing. Everywhere.
I never said it is good, oh. I never said it is good, oh. Don't choose my words for me, oh.
I don't just understand why people can't just respect and keep themselves for marriage.
When you respect and keep yourself, it comes with another. Respecting and keeping yourself is also another cause of. How about don't vex?
Okay.
All right,
Thank you for calling.
Nata.
Dad Freeze, you wanted to say something?
Yeah. Apparently, this year I haven't really had time to counsel women or men going in marriages. So, but I'm going to use the statistics from last year. Last year I counseled 80 women. So I want to give you stats. Are you listening, my darling sister?
Mm-hmm.
Out of 80 women that I counseled, almost 70, if I remember the figure, I'll go and get the journal, almost 70 had cheated on their spouse inside their marriage at least once. It was more than 80%. At least once. Now, about 50%, which is about 40 of the 80 women, were currently in other relationships inside their marriage. So this has nothing to do with abstinence before getting married. It has everything to do with you being a trustworthy person. And you as a man or a woman not trusting someone because they tell you, these days, if you pick your woman's phone and you want to go through it, the first thing you hear is, you don't even trust me.
Well,
You understand what I'm telling you? Why should I trust you? We need to have this conversation. Why should I trust you? That we've dated for 5 years? That I know you in and out? You're telling me you're going to Abuja for the weekend and it's work? Is it really work? Can I decide one day to actually pack my bags and follow you? You've got to be, look, when you're in a relationship with someone, it's like, let me ask you a question. Somebody comes to you and says, bring me 10 million naira. Let me do business with it for you. You will not do any background check on the person.
I'll dig in and out.
You will dig, you ask questions, you do due diligence. Meanwhile, is your life not worth more than 10 million?
Of course.
Then you enter into a relationship and give away that whole 10 million and say you trust the person, they're going to Yahoo you. It's only a matter of time. They're going to dupe you. So you've got to be very careful as a guy. I've always said it. A lot of people say no sex before marriage. You are fooling yourself. You are not having sex before marriage. The person you are with is having sex before marriage. So okay, so the only thing is, well, if she gets pregnant before marriage, you know that it's not your own. That's the advantage, Abby. After you've done marriage. Let me ask you a question. You don't have sex before marriage. Your wife to be has sex 5 days before people get married. You now get married and then you do it on your wedding day. Abby, Nita, who has the baby? If a woman carries a 1-week-old pregnancy into your house and then you now do it on the wedding day, you think it will remove the old one and put your own? Make we stop to the lie give ourselves onto all these moral standards that we hold ourselves up to, that even those pastors that preach it don't do it. So let's stop lying to ourselves. What I believe in is mutually exclusive relationships. But for a relationship to be mutually exclusive, you have got to check up on your man or your woman regularly. Who watches this show, Money Heist?
Oh, I did. I watched it. Season 1 to I think 4.
Yes.
I saw that one.
If you watch, I think season 2, where Raquel was always checking up on that guy. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Checking up on the professor, pointing gun at him. Then after a while, she said, "You know what? I'll never point a gun at you." But she was checking. You need to check up on this person that's acting all good and all. Do you know how many times a guy has gone to drop his girl in the hostel, and then he's sleeping at home, and his friends call him and say, your baby's here in the club. Where are you? And the guy says, lie, my baby's in the hostel. And they say, Baba, they don't do you paternity fraud, though. Your baby, they here inside this club. Oh. You need to be accountable. If you're in a relationship and your girlfriend cannot open her phone for you, throw her out. And if you're in a relationship and your guy cannot open his phone for you, throw him out. If he cannot show you his account balance, why are you in a relationship? If you're afraid that if my wife sees my account balance, she's going to go and withdraw money or start asking me for money unreasonably, throw her out. That's not your wife. That's not your wife. If your girlfriend cannot go through your phone because you are afraid that she's going to see something, or your boyfriend cannot go through your phone because you're afraid that he's going to see something, I'm going to break that relationship. Now, all of you listening to me now, on the radio, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, if you are in a relationship right now, call your partner, say, give me your phone, open it. If they refuse, end the relationship this night. So you not beat somebody's child, or somebody's child will not beat you 6 months from now. And then we'll be reading your stories that touch on Linda Ikeji's blog. Oma Sheu. End the relationship now. If it is marriage, file for a separation now. You don't want stories that touch. Because you think you'll be able to handle it. You think you'll be man enough to handle it. No worry, I'll handle it. When this matter hits you like that guy that was saying, Omo, anybody that has been faced with paternity fraud issues is going to react crazy. They're going to go off the hinges. They're going to be unhinged. So don't expect them to be like this or like this, because they'll let you down. Let's take more phone calls.
Okay, 0700 993 993 993. 0700 993 993 993. Hello, good evening. Hello, good to have you. Welcome. Good evening. Welcome. Okay.
I'm here.
don't. Yeah, please come check. I don't think. Yes, about them. Nothing. We had this show yesterday, but Chris is always in a conference. No problem. Go ahead, I can hear you. The Chris is my phone, so. You disagree with Daddy Freeze? Alright, Daddy Freeze, did you get that?
What part does he disagree with? Let's start from
So do you
there.
want to reiterate? What part exactly do you disagree with? Okay. Daddy Freeze, did you get that part?
No, not quite. What did he say?
Okay, so he disagrees on the part that if your wife does not have access to your phone, throw her out. Because that's what you said.
Yes.
Yeah, so he disagrees with that.
Why does he disagree with that?
Daddy Freeze. Okay.
Baba, you don't want to show your wife your phone. Just talk. Just talk. We don't go follow you fight. You don't want to show your wife your phone. Leave it. So why? Why? What's the issue? What privacy do you want to have? These are the issues. See, all these are our emotional issues. We should have privacy. Privacy. What are you being private about in a relationship? Tomorrow now you start crying that they brought another man's child and gave you. What are you private about? Then tomorrow now you now start beating somebody's daughter. Look, let me tell you, human beings are emotional beings. One day you'll not come home on time, or one day she'll ask you for money and you not give her. And you know, women, she'll just cry that day and go to the office, and then rain will fall, and then she'll be alone with one fine guy in the office, and then she will do something that she regrets. Your wife cannot do something like that. Okay. Don't worry. If it happen, I go first call you, greet you. Now me go first call you, greet you. The heart that is inside your body that is beating blood for you. Do you know the day is going to let you down? You can't leave your own heart within inside your body. Wait there inside your body, you don't know how it's going to let you down. You are now going to follow another entire human being. Oh.
Then should we get back to the phone line?
Yes.
Okay. Hello. Okay. Sorry about that. Hello.
Oneta. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
I wanted to ask
Hello,
you. Okay, finish.
We have somebody here.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay. That freeze. Go ahead.
Does your boyfriend have access to your phone?
Daddy Freeze, I don't have a boyfriend.
See how you are denying that guy.
Daddy Freeze, I do not have a boyfriend.
Okay, sorry. Do you intend to upgrade? Let me not burn any cables. But let me ask you honestly, do you allow your man to have access to your phone?
Freeze. I do because I mean I don't have anything to hide at that point. So yes, I do.
What if, what if you had a fling with one of your exes?
Mhm. Wait, just hold on. You have to break that down. What if I had a fling with one of my exes while still in a relationship?
Yes, it happens now.
Then Freeze. Ah, it has never happened to me. Oh. I don't know. I'm just a loyal
Women.
person. No, that is, I'm loyal by default, okay? I was born June 29th, so I'm a cancerous person, and one of our features is loyalty. It's just something that happens. I don't force it. So I'm just loyal by default, and I would never have a fling. That freeze. Come on. Yes. Then freeze, should we get back to the phone line?
All right, let's get back to the phone lines. I'm seeing my live, and I can see 500 people watching me live. What's going on today that everybody is watching at the same time? As in, I can literally see 500 people on my Instagram live.
Hello,
Oh,
good
wow.
evening. Good, good to have you here. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Come, what is going on? Is there breaking news somewhere? Am I trending somewhere that I have 516 people watching me at the same time? Is the topic that hot? Oh boy, now,
Come
wow.
again.
I don't think I've had this as in 500 at a time on Instagram. 100, yes, 200, 250, but 500. Oh,
Okay.
God.
Yes, I can. Okay. Okay.
Sorry, I had to reboot the device. Oh boy, now, wow. Now 500 people come out. Come.
Okay. Yes, I am. Hmm. All right. Thank you so much for calling. Very well. Then the number to still call is 0700 993
993 993. So okay, we're talking about paternity fraud, and I've never had this many people watching me live at the same time on an issue in the night. Maybe during the day, yes, but at this time, it's really crazy. And we're talking about paternity fraud, especially with regards to the couple that was killed earlier on this week, where the husband was suspecting that the second child was not his. We've got to be very careful. the modern day world. You see, um, I cannot say that this didn't happen in the olden days, that there was no paternity fraud. There was so much paternity fraud that even children from other paternities inherited kingdoms. Even Greenleaf, that I was talking to you about, Gigi, that is Grace Greenleaf, Pastor Greenleaf, was not Pastor James' first daughter. He assumed she was her first daughter, but his wife, who's another pastor, had a fling with another pastor.
Another pastor.
Yes. Just watch Greenleaf now. It's available on Netflix.
Okay.
So it shows that now, in the olden days, how do you really tell that someone is from a different paternity? It was blood tests. How accurate can blood tests be? For instance, if somebody who is O positive marries someone who is O positive and they're both AA or they're both AS, how easy is it to do a blood test to know who owns the kids or whose kids they are? It's going to be extremely difficult. So, although blood tests can be useful when, for instance, uh, a man has AA blood and the wife has AA blood, and then they have an AB blood child, or the man is AA, and the wife is AA, and then they have an AS child. The probability is she probably went to sleep with someone who was AS and then came home with an AS child. But you see, it's not 100%. So many false paternity or wrong paternity children were slipping under the radar. So we're thinking that this is a pandemic now. It's actually not. It's been going on for ages, but there's something brand new, and it's called DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid testing. So genotype and blood group. Someone said they test with genotype. Genotype is hard. If it's AA and is AA, how do you test with genotype? I'm AA, my wife is AA, and then the child is AA. How do you test with genotype? Do you understand? Then blood group also. If you're lucky enough to be the same blood group as your husband, and the person you went to have the affair with is also the same blood group as the three of you, it will sleep. You'll just notice that the boy ear they different from your own, in teeth they different from your own, but the blood test cannot show that he's not your child. But DNA, the boy will look like you 100%, but the DNA will say he's not your child. So DNA genotype cannot be a true test. Let's be very honest. DNA's confirmation is 99%. These days, you don't even need, somebody said they do DNA with saliva. What do you want to do with saliva? You want to tell the child to spit? The child who is sleeping, you just go and pluck two hair. Bim, bim. You will know if it's your child. Now. So, DNA should be made mandatory immediately after birth. But that's also dangerous, so that they don't start beating the woman from the hospital. You know? Then sometimes marry men with men have very strong, when you are just ordinary looking. Do you understand? When you are just ordinary looking, someone like me, it's hard for you to bring a child that is not mine and tell me it's mine. You have to go and look for somebody that looks like me well and is now mixed blood. You just have to try. What about babies being exchanged at birth? When a woman is honest, you are going through her phone, you see she's not up to anything. She doesn't go to anywhere you are not aware of. And then she has a child that is not your DNA. You will trust your woman. But you, where your wife, they leave you for Lagos every weekend, go Abuja, go walk. ask yourselves now, let's start telling ourselves the truth. This generation has us looking away from so much nonsense. So much nonsense. Some people don't call their wives when they are, call your wife when she's at work. For all you know, instead of doing production, they are doing reproduction. Call and find out. Ask questions. Show up at your wife's office unexpected. Women too, show up at your husband's office unexpected. Just show up for lunch break. Random. I'm in front of your office. Let's go and have lunch. The woman go rake for you now because you won't spoil her runs. So, what's your take, Nita? Let's take more phone calls. I know people are getting angry right now.
Let's see what we have here. Hello, good evening. Please turn off your radio set. Okay, good. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Welcome, Chris. Go ahead. Thank you for calling. Thank you. Then, Chris, did you get that?
No, what did he say?
Okay, so he said he has officially fallen in love with you tonight, and if only DNA is affordable and the common man can afford it, then every girl will learn to keep their legs together.
Girls, y'all got to learn how to keep your legs together. Learn how to close those legs.
We have somebody here. Hello, good evening. Good evening.
No vex. Oh.
Finally, you're here. Welcome. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir, I'm listening to you. You have a similar case. Clearly.
this guy Joker was very
Hmm.
I'm not even that. She and the mother gave me different things. She said 27 December. The mother said 27 January. I came back, I asked her a lot of questions. So why would you say 27 December? The mother said 27 January. She said it was the day they gave her that she's going to be there, but she could not do that 27 January, December. Sharp 9 give back 27 January. So we have tell me that. So I found out that 29 was up. So when I came back, I gave her the serious money of my life. I told her, see, when you this child, I don't know what they my thing. I'm just feeling tired of all these things. Just go because my mind is not even set. But now what is going on now? She went online, she got all the numbers of my brother, my sister. I don't know this to them. This is happening just this Sunday, 3 days ago, 3 days, 2 days ago. Your brother pregnancy and leave me with a child. So the now called me and say, okay, so get call us me pregnant and everything. So I now have to take the story is a lot of people like that. I don't know about this story because I people this story when I came down, when I to this like this Nigerian because I want to see my I don't know the story so much.
It's fine. All right.
Yeah, those are that this girl is pushing me to the altar now, telling my people, okay, now I want to tell them that what is it? Let her go and do a test. If this child is my child, I'm going to pay for the test. But if this child is not my child, I can get her go. Even my brother, that she sent the picture of the boy. I was not going to do my brother took the picture and his wife said, Brother, this son is not our own son. The son is black. Does not look any like a remember. We are offering our family. How am I going to produce black child? Which is not even black. Then all faith. Then how would I produce black? So the thing is, I'm just even tired. Thank God for this topic. And you see, that the phrase, see, the phrase I've never heard this is my first time of calling you on your show. You are God sent. I have never one day criticized you in my life. You are God sent. You know, don't think that, see, no matter how people say this person is bad, no matter how you must see the good side of the person. I don't criticize person and say that person is bad. Just try to keep on listening, keep on listening, learning from the person and know if it's bad. Look at what that is. This topic is direct to me. Direct, this is what I'm practicing now. If you want this girl, I don't want it to reach to my brain because my mom, she's sleeping. If she should hear this, so much more than how I got the pressure will just go up. That is what I'm begging my people. They should not allow this girl to get this to my mom because it's going to be a trauma to my mom. You see, that is it. Please, thank you so much.
You are most welcome. You're most welcome. And this is a wonderful opportunity for us to actually discuss this. Men, you need to start doing DNA tests on your children. Let me ask you a question. Why do you go and do checkup? Why? Don't you trust your heart? Nata, why do you go and do checkup? Why do you go and do checkup? Don't you trust your heart? Is your heart
I
bad?
do.
Were you born with a bad heart? So just randomly, just go and pluck your children's hair. Just cut their nails for them. Say, your nails are growing. Let me help you cut them. Do you understand? Cut their nails. Trim their hair. Go and do DNA test. Just the way you go and do your self annual test. How many people do annual test here? Can I see some hands? Why? There's nothing wrong with you, but you just go and do annual test. Why? Don't you trust your body anymore? Is your body bad? You don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't expose yourself to any hazard. So why do you need to do an annual test? Just to be sure. Same thing with DNA. Go and do DNA test to be sure. if you decide that okay, you have 4 children, out of the 4 only one is your own, and you are ready to adopt the remaining 3 and raise them as your own, fight is not there. It's a good thing. But no, because let me tell you, what kills is the deception, not the act, not the treasonable act, is the deception. Now, when you find out early that a 2-year-old child is not your own, is better than a child that you've sent to Harvard. You were about to finish your house, your son is in Harvard calling you, telling you he needs extra $30,000. The house project stalls, your business stalls, and then he comes out from Harvard and then finds out that you are not his real father. Or you find out that you run mad now. Sure you get. So at least be empowered enough to make reasonable decisions. Women are capable of treasonable acts too. Just check. Do you understand? The way you go and check your blood pressure when you know you don't have high blood pressure in your family. Let me ask you a question. When you go to the hospital, why do they check you of high blood pressure? Why? They check your blood. Why? Is there anything wrong with you? Did you ever have? No, but you just check. Same thing with DNA. You check, especially in Nigeria today. Your wife is not a housewife. Even housewives are not 100% safe. Your wife is not a housewife. She works in a bank. She's a marketer. What if there was just this day she was heartbroken and she just ran into this handsome Alaji who was driving a Ferrari? And the guy said 1 or 2 things, took her out, bought her a nice dinner, spoke to her in a nice Hausa accent after going to Cambridge and coming back and having his PhD, and he spoke nicely, and before you knew it, something happened but never happened again. Then that same day she came home to you and another thing happened. But Alaji's strong, waiting that they call him. You, they chop plenty starch. Alaji, they chop better healthy diet. He can't go Cambridge again, can't get Sabi. So in waiting that they call him, Sabi navigate past your own. All of a sudden, bing, she get belle. No fight, no day there. Let me ask you a question. Do you think your wife will come home and say, I had a fling today? She will wear her cloth back and come and kiss you on the cheek and say, honey, I'm home. She will even look, you see, a man, when a man is cheating, he finds it difficult to look his woman in the eye. But when a woman is cheating, she will look you koro koro. I've been down that road before. I've been in a relationship where my woman was cheating, and my woman will even rake for me joy herself. After you, as in you caught somebody cheating, she go turn on for your head. You've not heard it when they turn something on your head. She go change jam for me. I was in situations where I caught my woman cheating several times. When we dragged the matter after the fight, by the time she scatters everything, now me go still beg am, say no, sorry, don't be angry. Until one day I was able to catch her like this. So, of course, where does that leave the men? Go, and women too, check up on your man. Check up on your man. Oh yeah, if you are in a relationship now, as you're listening to me right now, you're listening to me on the radio. If your wife is sleeping, go and wake her up. If your husband is sleeping, go and wake him up. As they are waking up, give them their phone and say, oh yeah, put password. For the next 2 hours, let your job be going through their phones. Check their YouTube. Check. Let me tell you, first place to check. Go to WhatsApp, check deleted videos. That's how one of my friends found out that his wife was sending all sorts of nice things. For instance, natural baby feeding bottle pictures and all those kind of things to some other guy. And the wife changed it for him. The wife said, I was taking the picture to send to you. Luckily for me, luckily for this guy, he does not like those kind of pictures. So he was wondering, why are you sending it to me? Have I ever requested this kind of thing? Ah, baby, no, I took it to send to you. Why is it in your, okay, if you took it to send to me, why didn't you send it to me? Why is it in your deleted, you know, when you delete WhatsApp, the pictures will be when you take a picture and you send it, then you now delete it. It will now be your delete. If you use iPhone, it will now be your deleted folder. Okay, why? Because I decided not to send it to you again. Omona, so the guy begin to check all the woman chat. So she now saw where the woman sent the chat to one guy. Her natural baby feeding bottle sent picture to guy. Check and let it be random. You see, if your wife knows you check her phone, or your husband knows you check his phone, they will hide all sorts of things from you. But we just wake them up, that random stop and search, like say you be SARS. You just stop and search. Hey, hello, Auntie Inner Light. Can I please see your phone? The first question is why? What's going? No. Let me tell you what happened. I was in a relationship once, and the lady traveled and came back, and her phone died. So I was like, let me help you charge your phone. She said, no need. Person, they refused charging her phone. That's when my antenna went poing. The other one went ping. So she went to bed in the middle of the night. Me, I just woke up, snuck to the socket, plugged the phone in, charged it overnight till morning. The next day I just woke up. I now switched on the phone. You know, when you switch on the phone, the messages will have entered. Who's with me? Who's with me? Somebody needs to hear this sermon. I entered I didn't know the password, but I turned on the phone. So when you turn on the phone, messages will start to enter. So you leave it for like 30 minutes, anything like this. So I just took the phone and said, Auntie, enter your password. I helped you charge your phone. But I said that you should not charge. Why? Don't you need a phone? I don't want to be on the phone. Okay, no problem. You will not be on the phone. But just open it first. That's how we went back and forth. Oh, yeah. Now so Auntie open phone. No. It was the time of BlackBerry. That's how the auntie was chatting with one guy. His name was Wally. Hello, darling. I've just arrived Lagos. How are you? This travel where you travel now, you don't meet Wally. Now. Then you don't come back again. I say, okay, no problem. I just went to her DP. Who remembers DP inside BlackBerry? I just changed her picture to my picture. I just put the love of my life. Like 8 people just texted me. What do you mean by this picture on your post? What do you mean by this picture on your post? Who is this guy? I now start responding to all of them. Me? That's my boyfriend, the love of my life, my man. You didn't tell me you had a man. Broom. When I now finished dealing with it, I just came to show. I said, yeah, here's your report card. Fail. See. There's not, as in, check up on your woman. Check up on your man. You see, there's nothing worse than relationship fraud. And in a family, nothing worse than paternity fraud. You all need to be careful. Women, submit yourself for check. When your husband decides to be sass inside your life, he just says, hey, stop. Inner light, open your boot. Please identify yourself. Can we see your phone? Do not argue. If you argue, you have something to hide. Same thing with the men. If you are in a relationship right now and you call your man, you wake him up. Let's say you're the one listening to this show. You wake your man up and say, oh yeah, open your phone, and he doesn't agree. Start typing his sack letter. You don't need to be in a relationship with a man that has something to hide from you. Then search his car. Some men have, what do they call, Ron's phone. They will just buy one quick 4K Nokia or 5K Nokia and just put inside their glove box. So regularly, just ride with your husband. Just go and meet him at work and say, I want to ride home with you. Nothing the scatter person head like that. All in plan go begin scatter. You go begin to see the plan unfold. From time to time, ride with your husband or your wife. Just watch them. One of my exes, one time, that's how she came home. I was fighting my wife. Why don't you come home early? You will call her like this. She will say she's at work. You'll be hearing football in the background. Say, you people watch football at work? And yes, the TV is on. That's how she was watching football at work one day. I drove to her office. I was on the radio. I just begged Kayla then. I said, Kayla, please, I will rush off. Blah, blah. So I pop up for office like this. They don't off the light for the whole street. Not their office, as in the office was in a close. The whole close was in darkness. And they were watching football. I say, okay, it is cuckoo well. So check up. Those kids, are they really yours? There's no problem if your wife makes a mistake and brings the child home and then you want to raise the child. It's actually a noble thing, no problem. But no. So it will not pain you when you invest your time and your money and now find out that you were duped. Then the worst one is when the real father now knows that he's a son that you have trained to Harvard. And then the worst thing is the father comes up and the son says, oh, daddy, oh, I didn't know I had you all my life, daddy. Stories that thought should be avoided. God bless you all. Ada, thank you very I say Ada. You see, that's why it's not good to be having wife and side chick. Nita. Next week, Ada will come. I'll be calling her Nita. That's the real trouble. It's okay for me to call you Ada. It's okay. Calling your side chick your wife's name is okay. Now, when you call your wife your side chick name, just know that you buy new goat because your bride price goat has just expired. The best before date they stamped on that goat, it has just reached that date.
Daddy Frizz.
Yes, my darling.
I had so much fun doing this with you tonight. Although I still believe that men might not be able to handle what they will find in our phones. You've been
What is it that you want to have on your phone?
I'm just saying, because the truth is, a lot of men out there actually know that this children or this particular child is not his and is able to still live with that. But this man in question could not do that. So before you go ahead and open that phone, Daddy Freeze ask them, are they ready? Do you know
One name.
what I mean?
Just know that when you go and open that phone, wait till you go see, go run you crazy. Just listen. Never open your wife's phone or your girlfriend's phone standing up. Lie down if possible, because even from that sitting position you can fall and knock your head. So just lie down on a bed straight. Then start opening the phone lying down, knowing that there's no way you can fall if you are lying down on the bed.
And have a cold glass of water by your side.
No. Have a cold bucket of water in the bathroom.
Daddy Freeze.
That is for those of you that live in houses where there's no shower. Have a cold bucket, or not warm water, cold. Then if you're hypertensive, have your medication close by. If you're diabetic, have your medicine close by. You will need it.
All right.
So God bless you all. Thank you so much. We did steal into chat show's time, but sports also steals into my time. Everybody's stealing time.
We're stealing each other's
Yeah, stealing each other. When they steal my own time, I don't fight them. Then I'll now take 3 minutes. They'll now be saying, Daddy Freeze, you didn't close at 12. Did they hand over to me at 10?
Oh, Daddy Freeze, just say it's me that said that. I understand.
No, even before you came, they used to do it to me all the time. You are crossing 12 o'clock. When me, I'll be waiting at 10 o'clock, and they'll say sports are still working. No problem. Me too, I want to finish today. That thing that bites people that don't, when they not close on the dot, I want that thing to bite me. Good night, my darling Nata. See you tomorrow. God bless you. Lovely working with you. Thank you. All right, guys, it was a wonderful opportunity and a wonderful show we had today. Absolutely amazing. I wish it didn't have to end. Thank you so much, everyone. I want to see if I can take one very quick, just one call from a lady, because now them, everybody look at someone beside you and say, nah, them, now ladies, they do this thing. So I'm trying to see if I can get a hookup with a lady. Oh, they are declining. They will not tell. They are declining. Where are all you ladies? Toyo, Abi Toyo, I called you, ran away, Abi. Oh yeah, where are all the ladies? I want you people to talk about this thing. Can your man really trust you? One girl was crying the other day. I said, madam, why are you crying? My boyfriend cheated on me. Really? He went out clubbing and came home with a girl. He said it's just a one-off. I believe him, but it's painful. It's still painful because out of my 4 boyfriends, he's the one I love the most. Chengboro. You know, they hear what? For her mind, they cheat on him. Where are all you guys? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I need one lady. 18 baby, oh yeah. Quickly. No need for much wasting of time. Tell us how trustworthy you are. 18 baby. Ah, 18 baby, this your network is long. Hey sis, how are you doing? Can you hear me? Oh wow, your network.
I'm good.
Oh, so sad. Her network. Okay, I'm trying again, trying to call her back. And please don't lie, be very honest.
Good evening.
All right, good evening. Tell me, how many boyfriends do you have in your life now? Or husbands?
Daddy, Daddy, please, no, I don't have any boyfriends like men. No, I just have only one. I am in a very serious relationship of about 8 years with 3 kids, and I live in Republic of Ireland. So
Now, have you ever, within this 3-year period, have you ever cheated on this guy?
Sorry?
Have you ever cheated on this guy within this 3-year period?
No, never.
And all the 3 children are his own.
Sorry?
The 3 children are his own.
Yes, and I have first child with a white man before I met him.
Oh, okay. But at least he knows.
So I have 4 kids.
Oh, 4 kids. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
How is Nigeria, by the way?
Nigeria is fine. Oh, we're having fun. Thank you so much for dialing in.
I just want to say you are doing a very good job. We listen to you very well here. So
thank you. What's your name?
Very good job. So
what's your name?
Isaac.
All right, Isaac. God bless you. Do have a very, very lovely evening. You're most welcome, Isaac. Take care.
Bye now.
Bye. All right, guys, real quick, I'm ending with this. Have you gotten yourselves a copy of The Greatest Reality Show, a book by Melvin Ejiogu? Please get a copy today. You will not regret it. Melvin Ejiogu spent 8 years with his wife, childless. And throughout that period, he was able to put his thoughts, his spirit, and his emotions into this book. It's called The Greatest Reality Show, and you can download it for 1,400 naira only at www.thegreatestrealityshow.com.ng. Once again, www.thegreatestrealityshow.com.ng. Someone said they bought it already. I'm sure you're having a great time with the book. And while you're at it, please don't forget Nevada Bridge TV. Nevada Bridge TV is an awesome app where you can watch local Nigerian series, movies, comedy skits, and all that in very high resolution. It's out of this world, and you get to pay only 750 naira only. Nevada Bridge TV is one of our members of the Free Nation, and we're doing this to support him. So download Nevada Bridge TV. You can follow them on Instagram at Nevada Bridge TV. Do check it out now. Download now. Thank me later. God bless you guys. Take good care of yourselves. And like I said, download Just Buying on Amazon for my daughter. Woo! Awesome. The greatest reality show by Melvin Ejiogu. You should buy it. And my brother, Thorpematics, is right here. He's bringing in electric cars into Nigeria. Real quick, let me just bring him in very quickly for a Topramatics, I can't bring you in. What's going on? I can't bring you in. I don't know what's happening. I think you're chatting with a device that can't, it's not even giving me the option to bring you in. Anyway, guys, follow Topematics. I'm pinning his comment. So you guys follow him. He runs an app that is like AliExpress or eBay, but this is a Nigerian guy, and he's bringing stuff in from China, all sorts of toys, clothes, all sorts of stuff. You can get them at his website. It is THOPEMATICX.com. Check it out and you'll be glad you did. Amazing options available: toys for kids, skateboards, roller blades, hoverboards, even electric cars. For as little as 5,000 naira, you can buy a brand new electric car. So you're getting your way into Tesla for only $5,000. You're driving the future. Get in touch with him now. Download, just even send him a DM on Instagram right now, or go to the website, THOPEMATICX.com. Okay, all right, so Pizzle is very quickly. I'm rounding off, so we have just a few seconds. Okay? Yo, bro, what's